Hello, welcome back to Bifida blog. It's been a bit of a crazy morning again. It's Friday today, so we would normally be going up to Bristol in the evening. However, given what has happened this week, we have decided that we're going to go up slightly earlier and go up during the day. We might have gone up a day earlier, so we might have gone up last night, but we decided that, you know, Louise could have done with just a good night's rest after everything's happened. She had a couple of late nights. It would have been late by the time we got there because I would have had to pack the bags and stuff so before we left. So it would have been late for Heidi, and that probably wouldn't have done her any good. So we thought, balance of everything, then we'll just go ahead and go up maybe lunchtime today because she was keen to see Elaine, the childminder, Elaine the childminder. So that's really the main reasons for going up at lunchtime today. So hopefully I'm going to pick her up now, and then we're going to pop up. Got a few more errands to run before we go up. We'll do a little bit of shopping halfway probably at Taunton, and then we'll get there and we'll see if I can unload everything I've put into the car, which will be a big success. So I'm just about to go and get her. So this is Noah in his all nice single side room. We just came out to give him a 7 o'clock feed. They just had a bit of trouble testing the tube, so they put a new feeding tube in and got a little bit of something. I don't think there's an awful lot to give, to be honest, in terms of giving up some milk, but the pH is looking a little bit low, which might just be down to the Gaviscon that they're giving him with his feeds, but again, what it could be is it's in the wrong place, so they just want to be 100% sure that it's in the right place. Okay, so he's had his x-ray and the tube is in the right place, which is good, and he's just had his feed, so he's quite happy, just listening to his music, possibly a little bit tired, but I'm not too worried if he stays up a little bit now, because then hopefully he'll sleep later. So just to go through exactly what he's got on him, he's got the CPAP machine here at the moment, which is ventilating the tracheotomy. It needs to be on him for about a week, and as you can imagine that sort of makes cuddles a little bit difficult, but we haven't really tried it, or I haven't really tried it, and I don't suppose I will. I'll just leave him settled in here. It is odd to not hear him make the noises, and I agree, with Louise that it's not quite the same as hearing him make his little noises that made him quite so special in the first place. But at the same time, those noises represented something that wasn't doing him any good, and he was struggling. So, in the same sentence, it's also good to hear those noises are no longer there, because we can sort of sense that he's settled and a lot happier about the situation, having had the trachea fitted. I'll probably see the whole night through now, to be honest. Just let Louise have some rest, put Heidi to bed, etc. So I've got him to myself. He actually really enjoys just having like a hand on him. So like here, I've got my hand on here. If I was to take that away, he'd wake up and start moving around. He actually really does like holding on to something, and he's sort of grabbing for the hand, essentially, like he wants it, and then consequently throws his hand away. So what I've got to be careful of is when the trachea pops, or the ventilation pops out of the trachea, and basically the machine goes berserk if it does that for more than 5 seconds, quite obviously. So we just got to keep a constant eye out for that, really, whilst we're here, and obviously the nurses will do that overnight. But oh yes, he's tired, so I think we'll put some lights down on him now before he pulls out all of his cables together. So as you can see, he's a lot more alert, that's for sure. You gonna say hello, Noah? Say hello, Noah. You're nice and awake, aren't you? Oh, so this is what we've got to avoid happening, which is the ventilation coming off the trachea here. Otherwise we have to pop it back in. like so, he says. There we go, without trying to hurt him too much. But that happens quite regularly, just because of the way he flails about. So, talking about wriggling around, one thing I have noticed since I've been here is he's moving his feet up and down all the time. Well, I say all the time, you know, in relation to what he's been doing a lot of moving on that, so you can see there that he's extending and also drawing back as well. So, yeah, really good in that sense, and hopefully that's a good sign going forward. Oh, you're doing a poo-poo on me. Who's that? Is that Noah? Noah. Noah. Beautiful boy. Is that the beautiful boy they call Noah? It is. You don't have to quite look so shocked. Oh. Here he comes for Noah. Oh. Okay, so I've now been up with Noah for a little bit, since, I don't know, probably about 8 o'clock now really, so a good few hours, which is probably the longest stint I've had just him and me for quite a long time. And unlike every other Friday evening we've had together, this one is ended really well, and it was a bit of a sort of a hallelujah moment really, in the sense that I think we both enjoyed it. He was awake for quite a lot of it, and I was able to interact with him. So we had that moment where the tube, they were testing the tube and they weren't really getting anything, and the little bit that they did when they put a new tube in was measuring quite low on the pH. So we had the x-ray and that all came back fine, the tube was in the right place. We had that sort of moment where I was like, oh no, you know, it was just going to be a normal Friday night. But no, that's all fine, and you know, I've given them 2 feeds tonight and they've gone down really fast. So the quickest I've seen them take down 80 mils like that. So yeah, so I mean, I can't put it into words how great it is to see him. I'm going to say happy, you know, I mean, because he does genuinely look happy compared to how he was, absolutely. To not see him struggle, and it's just comforting, very comforting. And, you know, he was awake for a good hour and a half, really, which we were able to just enjoy, talk to him, sing to him, all about my poor singing. Really looking forward to, hopefully, over the weekend, getting a few more times like that. Trying to give Louise a bit of a rest. It's been a really tough week for her. You know, again, I can't fault her. She's been incredibly brave to be up here by herself, and you know, she'll say, you know, oh, she's just doing what she needs to do, and of course she is. But there's definitely a way of doing that, and she does it in a way that it seems effortless. And you know, I can't thank her enough for what she's done on this side whilst I've not been able to be up here. So it's nice to be up here and finally be able to give her a rest for all the hard work she's put in. And I'll just be heading back to the house now and hopefully getting some rest. All by Louise will probably be expressing at some point in the middle of the night, so I'll probably have to go sterilise her stuff. It'll be nice just to have a full weekend, hopefully, of a relaxed, happy Noah. Anyhow, like I say, I'll leave it like that. Time to go home to bed. Have a nice evening. I'll see you soon. Bye.